Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video because I just got in the Caldwell Velociradar chronograph. You guys that have been watching the show for a little while saw me first test this out at Las Vegas in SHOT Show this year. But what this is a brand new chronograph from Caldwell. There's some very particular things that make this different than any other chronograph. This is using chirp radar. I'm not going to pretend to be a scientist, but this year uses chirp radar as opposed to Doppler radar that some other types use. And something else that I'm super interested in testing out, this has the functionality or the capability to do an adjusted ballistic coefficient, which is going to be super useful when we do out western hunting where we have to take shots longer range. Also, when we're just plinking at steel. Also, when I'm using all this stuff right here, you guys have been watching the show. No, I've really been getting into doing a bunch of hand loading, and I'm slowly collecting more projectiles and powders, so on and so forth, which this is going to come in handy. But I'm going to have my buddy from SHOT Show, I'm going to replay some clips because he can explain it better. But just let me take it out of the box here real quick. Check it out. So this is going to be the side that faces you. You aim it, and then this aims down range. What else came in the box? I believe it also comes with a tripod, a trigger. There's the tripod right here. So it comes with its own tripod, ball head, screw it in there. And then it has a sound or acoustic trigger. And then you can also use this trigger right here too to activate it. But what else do I need to tell you about it on the box? Something real important that I need to tell you today. I'll have the link down below on the website. I know a bunch of you guys since the show in Vegas have been asking me when these are coming out. If you want to be one of the first ones to get this, there is a limited amount opened up today on Caldwell's website. I'll have the link down there. But soon following, if you don't grab one of those, aren't one of the first ones to grab it, these are going to be in stores real soon. But what is there anything on here I didn't talk about? Advanced chirp radar tracks bullet velocities downrange, providing muzzle velocity, a true calculated ballistic coefficient, and other data. No downrange setup. I have been known to accidentally make chronographs cease to exist before, so that's no longer an issue. Oop, there went the chronograph. Oop, there went the chronograph. With this thing, comes with an app. I've already been playing with the app. I downloaded it already. Yeah, but the two main things to me is an accurate muzzle velocity, just the way that this works compared to Doppler radar, and then a calculated ballistic coefficient. But let me roll in a clip from my buddy Box at SHOT Show. He explains it better than me. Every single year, Caldwell surprises me with something crazy at SHOT Show. This year, we got a few things. We're going to show some other videos, but real quick, tell me about the Velociradar that's coming out from Caldwell.
So this is the biggest launch that we've done as a company in Caldwell. This is our new radar chronograph. We've made chronographs before. This is our first radar chronograph. What's cool about radar chronograph, this actually stays back by the shooter on the bench. So it doesn't go down range. You don't have to worry about hitting this accidentally with your with a bullet. And it has some other advantages. And ours is a little different than the competition. Our radar, a lot of the competition radar type is Doppler. So yep. Doppler is just a continuous wave going down range, and it picks up and it measures the speed. What it cannot do is tell you the distance that bullet was at when it measured that speed. So it's not a muzzle velocity that you're getting out of a radar chronograph. It's a downrange velocity, and that'll vary anywhere from, you know, a couple feet to 20 yards. So when we're evaluating our velocity spread, a regular radar chronograph, maybe it's throwing in some numbers, some variation there that's not the ammo's fault. So we use a chirp radar, which sends out timed, and this is happening in milliseconds, pulses. And so that way, it's very good, it's very accurate at measuring the velocity of the bullet and the distance from the chronograph to where that velocity was taken.
Sweet.
So it'll allow us to do a couple things. I'll show you here on this. You line up this sight up here with the target. You have a tripod that's included that has a ball head, very easy to line. So I'll fire some shots up on here. So this should look like a pretty normal chronograph for most things. We have a velocity, shots fired, a minimum, an average, a maximum, standard deviation, extreme spread. But then down here in the corner, that's a game changer. That's a ballistic coefficient for that shot. So because we can measure the distance and the speed at those distances, then we can measure the velocity that was dropped between multiple measurements. We can figure out how much drag was on that bullet. So that's an adjusted BC for your load in that rifle. So way more accurate than just taking it off of the box of the bullets. You're getting a true muzzle velocity because we can back calculate from wherever that first detection was back to, you know, to the unit, which is basically at the muzzle. And then another cool thing, the ballistic coefficient can show you any kind of instability or problems that you're having with the bullet. So if it's not stabilized, you'll see big fluctuations in your ballistic coefficient from maybe it's not twisted right. If the drag is getting increased because you've damaged the jacket from loading, you damaged it while you're reloading it, you damaged the tip, cycling the gun, any number of things can affect a bullet. And in the past, you know, you may not know that, especially if we're just looking at velocities. The velocities will be very nice and consistent. We're all happy. That's great. You know, groups can be okay, and maybe it's a thing where you're shooting a group and you get one that kicks out. No, 99% of the time, probably you. Not you.
Yeah, we don't shoot bad groups.
We're not talking hootie-hoo, don't miss, but, you know, the average guy. But every now and then there is a flyer, man, and it can give you something to look into and be like, well, am I damaging it in the gun? Is it something in my loading process? Any number of things.
Sweet. So everybody stay tuned. The Caldwell Velociradar is about to change the world and the way we do stuff.
Hey, man.
But Caldwell is always coming out, like I said, with awesome stuff at SHOT Show.
But hey, if you're a ballistic nerd or a gear nerd or a tech nerd or all of the above, like me, Velociradar from Caldwell might be something you want to check out. I'm going to have it at the range this week, playing with it even more. So stay tuned for some more videos on this. But check it out if you want to be one of the first ones to have one of these in your hands. You're definitely going to have to jump on it quick because they're going to be gone super fast. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for more on the Caldwell Velociradar. I'm excited. Looking forward to getting it at the range this week. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Hooty-hoo!